And so today we are in this super classic East London cafe, which was established in London more than 100 years ago. Mr Pellicci actually started to work here as a young waiter, and nowadays the cafe is actually owned by the original family who lived upstairs, but they wanted to maintain the tradition, so they left the name Pellicci. You know, they preserved the style, the decor, like wooden decor. This building is actually listed in the National English Heritage List of Building, just because it's got a high historical and architectural interest.
Signorina, buongiorno. Buongiorno. Is this for you, the after lunch breakfast? It's a little bit hot, be careful, eh?
That's fantastic.
There you go. Where are you from, signorina? Ah, sei italiano, signorino.
So essentially what I've done is taking the meat kind of full breakfast, but I've added like a few different kind of veggie things. One thing is the bubble and squeak, and I've also added a veggie sauce as well. Because we are close to midday rather than breakfast time, I've also requested like a Peroni, which is a traditional beer, and I've also got here like a slice of fried bread, which comes in addition to the toasted bread where the egg is sitting. This breakfast is massive, and you know, you're not gonna suffer the hunger here. It's very difficult to know where to begin with, but what I usually like to do is I go for the sausage first, which is my favorite thing in the breakfast. And this is a very big kind of British sausage, and let's give it a try. Oh wow, you bite into this thing and all the juice is kind of coming out. Typical pork sausage, you can taste the black pepper and garlic in there. And as I said, I've added veggie sausage as well for an extra pound. I should probably add some sauce into this, and I think I'm just gonna use the brown sauce, and we'll put some brown sauce in my plate and essentially dip this veggie sausage, and we'll see what this is about. It's not bad. I prefer the meat one. It doesn't have the kick of flavor that the meat sausage gives to you, but it's quite nice. Pretty standard element in the English breakfast is the beans in tomato sauce. Yeah, very comfort kind of taste. Nothing too fancy about it. Just rich tomato sauce and the soft beans. Obviously, another beautiful thing of the English breakfast is the hash brown, a mix of deep fried potatoes, maybe rice inside as well. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dip it into the sauce and just grab it like this. You can't beat the crunchy of a good made hash brown. I'm pretty excited to try the bacon slices. They're also called rashers. Again, another staple of the English breakfast. And you can see the beautiful pink color and the more brownish shades on the top. And I will put this on top of my slice of fried bread, and maybe I will squeeze some ketchup on the top. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, but this sounds pretty fun to me. Usually the bacon is one of the least favorite things for me in the breakfast, because it's usually very salty. I think it's intrinsically a salty food, isn't it? But this one is very nice. This bread is amazing as well, super crunchy. Not stodgy at all, very perfectly fried. This fried bread can obviously be used to put pretty much anything that you want of the item of the breakfast, so I'm putting some tomato beans. It's really top class. I don't remember having had fried bread, or maybe I did in Northern Ireland actually, in the Ulster Fry Up. After a few bites you kind of really need to get something to drink really, and I got with me this beautiful Peroni, which I'm gonna drink right now. Now this black rounded thing is called black pudding, and it's essentially like a mixture of oatmeals, pig blood and pig fat. It's something that kind of reminds me Scotland. In Scotland they are very big on black pudding. This also needs a little bit of dipping into the brown sauce, to be honest. Yeah, very hearty taste, very irony. You can taste the fennel in it. It's really good. The tomato, obviously. You can't miss a tomato in an English breakfast. So I've got essentially another extra kind of veggie item, bubble and squeak. What it looks to me is like a potato kind of pancake, but I can see some green stuff. I wonder if it's broccoli. I will just put some brown sauce on it just to make sure it's not too dry, and we'll give this thing a try. Well, yeah, it's potato and cauliflower. Potatoes are really soft. A little bit of a neutral taste. Doesn't have. You can taste obviously the cauliflower in there. And obviously, like in every English breakfast, you get an egg. You can order it like fried. You can order a poached egg, or you can order it like a scrambled egg. And I went for a classic fried egg over a baked kind of French toast. So what I like to do usually is kind of breaking the yolk of the egg and let it run over the toasted bread and maybe add something else on top. And I usually like grabbing this slice of bread with my hands, but I think I'm gonna make a mess, and I'm also becoming a little bit self-conscious about people looking at the weird stuff that I'm doing. But I've put some of this hash brown into the bread and over the egg, and it's nice and soaked with the egg yolk. So it's weird, but it's good. Like a full hash brown into a slice of bread and egg with all the yolk running.
Yeah. And one of our customers, there's a bandit around the back, and the butcher at the time, she said to him, she sees, so go round.